Last but not least, this motherfucker, they may not let him on the field, but those janky ass Scott Norwood, they may not let his fuck ass on the field.
Now you done fucked up now. now you was doing fucking good with Eric Clark and way too big.
They
pull out
Hey, let him suit up.
Welcome to the Hood Report, the spot where culture meets competition and we spit real shit.
Y'all smoking. Y'all been smoking.
Go right into it. What you think?
Man, who did that James Madison play? JMU. They ain't play nobody. They ain't played that goddamn nobody. The biggest play they played was Washington State University.
No,
and they played
a Louisville team. They played close to the Louisville team that beat Miami. Remember that, Tweety?
Yeah.
Okay, well, that was early in the season?
Yeah, that was early in the season.
Yeah, early in the season.
Before Louisville got hurt.
They almost lost to Washington State University too. So it's gonna be a clean sweep. They gonna beat these boys by at least 40. Damn it!
They're gonna be about 40.
They're in the playoffs. They gonna be in the playoffs. They gonna cover the spread. They gonna cover the spread.
Damn.
They gonna cover the spread. It might be ugly early. It might be 50-10.
50-10. Oh,
it might be 50-10.
All right.
I think it's just gonna be a blowout.
All right. Tweety said blowout. What you think, Martin?
We'll see.
Not so fast, my friend. I'm gonna tell you something. You're gonna find out real early about this game because James Madison, they control the line of scrimmage. They are second in the country in our rush defense, only giving up 76 yards a game.
76 yards.
So that's let me know that they are. I mean, they stop and run pretty good.
Against who?
And they also can run the ball. So if they are able to stop the run and run the ball, I'm just saying. Now, do I think they're going to win? They might not win, but I do think they will cover this 21.5. I think that they're going to go in this game and just like Tweety, Oregon is still the same way. You know, we ain't got to show up to beat these guys. They're going to overlook them. They're going to overlook them. I mean, Oregon is a good team. Oregon's a good team, but sometimes I'm telling you, when you playing these games like this, where Oregon see this little small school, whatever, look, they're going to overlook them big time. They thinking about their next opponent. And James Madison, this is their Super Bowl. This is their Super Bowl for sure. So I'm just telling you, be careful. Be careful. But if James Madison can go into their game plan and control the line of scrimmage the way they've been controlling the line of scrimmage, the majority of games that they played in this year, watch out. That's all I'm gonna say.
I don't see it.
I'm gonna tell you this:
Oregon wins the game, but I think it's gonna be closer than what everybody's thinking.
Okay, so you got JMU plus the points.
Yes,
I believe that.
All right, what I say is this: first indication, 47.5, 21.5 point line. They don't think there's gonna be a lot of scoring in this game, so defense is going to prevail. Both of these teams are two of the best defensive teams in the country. Both giving up. GAMU was giving up to 76 yards per game. I think Oregon is just about 90 yards per game on the ground. And then both of them only give up 100 and some change passing the ball. So it's going to be a defensive battle.
Yeah.
And so I think it's going to be under the 47. But what I say is this: act like a duck, quack like a duck, look like a duck, it's a motherfucking duck. I'm going to say this. I think JMU is going to cover because I don't think this Oregon team is good as some of the Oregon teams in the past. They've had struggles through the course of the season. I think offensively on occasion they have problems. I think JMU will be able to present problems to them because if you can shut off the run effectively, then you can rush the passer. So I think Oregon wins. I think Oregon wins by going away to be 17 points. So they'll be just shy of covering the spread. But I'm going to go with JMU to cover the 21.5. And play a big game. I think they're all geared up and reared up and ready to roll. So I'm gonna go with JMU.
It's gonna be over by halftime.
Okay. Over by halftime. Okay. All right. I'm gonna call you halftime, Tweety.
It's gonna be over.
They're gonna overlook them.
Yeah,
Overlook
go to
them,
the club
man.
by then.
Conversation.
It's time to go to the club by then.
We'll see how James Madison does against the run. Oregon's number 5 in rush yards per game.
Yeah, they average 200 yards, over 200 yards running and 200 yards
215.3 yards per rush.
They're a very balanced team. So now, this next game, we're gonna move on.
Okay.
This one we saw already, and it was a fucking blowout the first time around. We'll score the first time around here.
45 to 10.
45 to 10. So, 45 to 10 the first game.
That's how it's gonna be the first game.
Coming into this game, the spread is 17 and a half. 17 and a half and 56 and a half for the over-under. So, interesting that after winning by 35, the line is half.
17 and a half.
So let's see what our analysts or what you guys think is going to happen in this one. I think this is an interesting matchup. And remember in this game, no Lane Kiffin. So the offensive
that's going to play a big
orchestrator,
role.
the madman, he's not going to be there. Tweety, what you think?
I think it's gonna be the same old shit. Same outcome. That's the last game. Same outcome.
They're going to be
Same
about 35
outcome.
again.
They gonna win by the spread. They gonna beat them by the spread. They gonna beat them by 21. It ain't gonna be 35. It's gonna be 21. So it's the same outcome. It's gonna be these small schools trying to get in the playoffs, trying to big dog these the power teams. So
okay, you're a hate motherfucker on the power group of 5, huh?
I am, because they shouldn't be in the playoffs.
It shouldn't be in the playoffs?
They shouldn't be in the playoffs. It's the playoffs. We need the big boys. We need the big boys in the playoffs.
If UNLV had earned their way there, would they deserve to be in there?
No.
Well, now let's say that. Better question. If you take if you take Boise State out of your conference and UNLV therefore wins 2 more games, right? Because they asked twice by Boise, do they deserve to be in?
No.
You wouldn't have to be either.
I would rather Notre Dame be in than Tulane. So it's gonna be the same outcome. It's always the same shit in the playoffs, that the little schools get their ass whooped in the playoffs. That's what it is, and that's what it's gonna be.
Okay. Getting their ass whooped. Okay, Tweety.
Yes.
Hey, the hater of you small schools. So if you're small school, you're out there. Tulane. Listen.
You hear that?
JMU, Tulane.
Hey, JMU. Listen, very close.
You
have an opportunity to make an ass out of this motherfucker. So
that's
motivation, baby.
This game screams sneaky good. This is going to be a very sneakily good game. Like very.
Go ahead, make your pick. I'm telling you to go ahead.
I'm taking Tulane to cover the 17.5.
Tulane gonna cover it?
Yep. I think Tulane covers.
Okay.
You know they have a big game quarterback.
This game has the chance to be closer than Oregon JMU.
They have a big game quarterback, right? I know you know, Eric.
Dual threat.
Tweety know.
Dual threat.
Yeah.
He a big time dual threat.
Hey, that boy the BYU last year tearing it up. So Eric, you're contrary to Tweety. You're saying that Tulane is going to not cut. Tulane's going to cover the spread.
Yeah, I'm giving them to cover the 17.5.
Okay.
They scored 29.08 points per game and giving up 22.62 points per game to the opposition.
Okay.
All right. They're pretty good offensively.
Well, they are. I tell you, they got a big game quarterback.
That quarterback ain't no joke. Yeah.
All right, Q, what you think? We got on the docket Mississippi against Tulane. Is it going to be a repeat of the first game, or are we going to see something different in this game?
No, I think history won't repeat itself when it comes to this game. I think that Tulane can hang in there and give us a good game. You know, like I say, you got the dual threat quarterback. I think he gonna do his thing. So I like Tulane to cover 17.5, big number. We're gonna say they gonna come with their best shot. Like you said, the other team, this is their Super Bowl in so many sense. To kind of beat this team. I believe they're gonna at least cover and make it a good game.
All right, you can pull up. All right, I'll go ahead and go next, Martin. You can wrap it up.
Okay.
All right, so for me, when I look at this game, as I said, they got a big game quarterback. They got a guy that's been there that played in the Big 12 last year, played big games, came up big. They had an opportunity to see what the opponent looks like, which is important, right? You see where somebody whoop your ass the first time, then you're less likely to get your ass whooped the same way. And the other thing I'll say additionally is, I think the no Lane Kiffin factor is a big deal. I think it's a big deal because his hands are all over that offense. So no matter what you do, what you say, Lane calls the offense, Lane ain't gonna be there. So I think Ole Miss still wins because Chambliss is a dog. But I do think that Resnoff, oh boy, is actually he's a really good quarterback. Played big last year. Every time I watched him when he was at BYU, and I think he plays big again in this one. So I'm gonna say that I think Tulane hangs in there, and I think they cover the spread. I think they're going to be able to cover. I mean, put points on the board, which is this game is gonna go over, and I think that's how they'll cover is by scoring points, not by necessarily stopping Ole Miss. So I'm gonna say with this one, I'm going with Tulane as well. And I think Tulane is going to cover the line. What do you think?
Very big advantage that they played this team already this year. Even though they got their ass kicked, but a very big advantage that they've seen this team already. And also, that's going to put now Mississippi really ain't going to take this game serious because look, we already whooped their ass. We know they ain't shit. So I think that's a big major disadvantage for them. And the Kiffin factor is very big. But I'm telling you, this quarterback. Yeah, he accounted for 30 touchdowns this year, 16 passing, 16 running, and 14 throwing the ball. This is a real dual quarterback, one of the best in the country. I mean, by the numbers, this guy is pretty good. But I just really think by them whooping their ass early in the season, come back playing them again, in college football, it's hard to beat a team twice. Not saying that Mississippi won't beat them, but I think this game would be a lot closer than the first game. A lot closer than the first game. So give me Tulane, put a 17.5. I'm rolling with the small schools, Twitty. I don't care what you're talking about. Talking about you don't want them in. I'm rolling with the small schools to cover and play some competitive games. Book it. Let's go.
Yeah, I think
for once I agree with you on something, Martin. For once I agree with you on something.
What if these two games is a blowout? Then what?
If it's a blowout,
blowouts happen all the time in college football.
In the playoffs, these are the playoffs. These are the playoffs now we're talking about.
We've had blowouts in the playoffs as well.
Exactly, with the small schools, right?
They've been small schools too. We had blowouts between two different Power 5 teams in the 14 era. We've seen it in the BCS. Big schools get blew out too.
Last year, SMU got their ass whooped, and they're Power 5. But they are Power 14 conference.
Yeah,
they're big school. They're in ACC.
It's blowouts all across the board.
ACC same
across the board.
Oklahoma got their ass kicked by LSU in 2019. Did Oklahoma not blow on?
They deserve to make it. Get them a chance. I love the fact that you get these schools a chance. Because just telling them no, y'all can't play with them. Well, prove it. Go out there and whip their ass. Okay. Then let them try and prove something. So I love it. Let's go.